Moss, president of the American Antitrust Institute. It was my great pleasure and honor to participate in the OECD's webinar on merger control in times of crisis. I commend the OECD for taking the lead in doing this important work relating to competition and the COVID-19 pandemic, and appreciate the remarks of the OECD experts, the competition authorities, and my co-speaker, Mark Powell. I'd like to take just a couple of minutes to recap some of the major points in my discussion. First, the economic stress brought about by COVID could lead to major restructuring in markets, such as in food, healthcare, retail, and transportation. We are already seeing proposals to acquire smaller firms and failing firms, and I think we should be prepared to see proposals by large incumbents to further integrate vertically and also horizontally. Those types of proposals are particularly problematic if those larger firms have been given authority to coordinate during the pandemic with temporary immunity from competition or antitrust laws. But both types of consolidations raise concerns about higher levels of market concentration, the emergence of superdominant firms, tighter oligopolies, and higher barriers to market entry. Second, aside from pressuring the already limited resources of competition authorities, I think we can expect to see COVID-related consolidation affect all aspects of merger review. Forward-looking analysis will be complicated by rapid changes in markets, including exits of existing firms, but also potential entry of new firms with innovative business models coming out of the COVID era. I think competition authorities can expect to see multiple deals being proposed at the same time that all affect the same market and that are under review simultaneously. I think merging parties are likely to offer up evidence of broader product substitutability under COVID as a justification for defining broader relevant markets moving forward. And broader relevant markets, of course, minimize the impact of any particular merger. I think merging parties are also likely to argue that their deals will produce scale, scope, and coordination economies, as well as improved resiliency and stability in the supply chain, and use those defenses to convince authorities that mergers are necessary to avoid or minimize future disruptions. On failing firm defenses, authorities will be facing the challenges of distinguishing between simply imminent failure of firms versus struggling or declining competitive significance. This is a critical and important part of merger review. Finally, what does all of this mean for enforcement during and after COVID? Well, there are a few things that go to the importance of maintaining a rigorous and strong enforcement standard. First, competition authorities will be doing scenario analysis, looking at multiple deals at the same time, but also dealing with uncertainty in market conditions, different types of evidence, and predictive analysis. Counterfactuals will rely importantly on more stable market conditions as opposed to the chaos and disruption during the COVID era. COVID-related efficiencies claims should be viewed with great skepticism since they are less likely to be merger-specific and cognizable, and also depart from more traditional cost efficiencies and consumer benefits types of efficiencies. And finally, failing firm defenses will be difficult to support under the types of uncertainty that we see in that very rigorous analysis. So competition authorities will be asking fundamental questions about whether to block deals or to remedy deals. And even there, we see issues arising. For example, firms will have stronger incentives to violate conduct remedies in more concentrated markets. Finding viable buyers of divested assets will be very difficult in markets that are more concentrated in the post-COVID era. So the most effective remedies in some cases may simply be to move to block a transaction to fully restore competition. Thank you very much for your attention, And thank you again for inviting me to participate in this webinar. I look forward to continuing to engage with the community on this important debate.